What's up, RVP Nation? It's Sawyer, and I'm here with
Jessica,
Luna,
and Katie.
Well, it's lovely meeting you guys.
You too.
So, what do you guys do here?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I am the Special Projects Manager here at United Way of Racine County, and that can mean a couple different things. So one, we get approached with a lot of different projects and work that doesn't quite fit into certain categories, so then it comes to me. So one thing I'm working on right now is a job fair at our transit center that's going to be happening next month, and then a lot of my time is spent overseeing our Equity Innovation Grant.
I serve as the Chief Operating Officer, so I support our fundraising team, our community schools team, our community impact team, and our marketing department. So I try to help make things smooth behind the scenes so that everybody can do their jobs successfully.
That's awesome.
and then I am a prevention educator for police survivors. So I work in a couple different programs. I work with youth. I specifically am the one that handles our EIF grant, which is Project Respect, which stands for Relationship Education and Safety Program Empowering Community Teens. So it's a program that I developed to decrease sexual violence to LGBT youth, and we were able to get the funding through United Way with the EIF grant.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So could you tell me maybe like a day-to-day kind of what you do every day in your role, I guess?
Yeah, so that's one thing I love about my job is it's very different each day depending on what work. So like right now, we just had recently, five new grantees get funded with our Equity Innovation Fund. So it's getting them all set and ready to go, pairing them up with their coaches, doing things like that, checking in with them. And then a lot of my time right now is spent on working on this job fair. So the purpose of this job fair is to bring employers in contact with jobs that are specifically on the bus routes. That's why we're having it at the transit center. So right now, those are my two main things. But the Equity Innovation Fund takes up a lot of my time right now.
That's awesome. And for you?
Every day is different for me. I meet with our team members weekly, so that takes up a good portion of my time, and then working on whatever projects related to strategy that we have going on, and then supporting the team and whatever they're working on. So bouncing ideas with Katie about the job fair, meeting with our community school team about what they have going on, talking with our fundraisers about what companies are running campaigns and what support do they need and what ideas do we have. So
Yeah, that's a lot. That's awesome though. And for you?
So we joke that my title should be the Jane of all trades at work because I do a little bit of everything. So I do stop child abuse and neglect education for 4-year-olds and 6th graders. I run our Project Respect program, in which I facilitate a support group. Have collaborated with community partners such as the LGBT Center of Southeastern Wisconsin on doing trainings for local leaders so that they know how to better be a person someone that is LGBT can come to. So we have 2 more of those left this fall. A community read, which will be happening September 23rd, and that is in which we're bringing a book to the community called In the Dream House, which is a memoir. And then I also do some grant writing, and I do scheduling and outreach and communication and fundraising and just a little bit of everything.
That's awesome. It sounds like you guys are doing a lot and a lot of different stuff every day. It's a lot. But so you mentioned a lot about the Equity Innovation Fund. Could you tell us more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So our Equity Innovation Fund is it's a fund made up of Mackenzie Scott and Racine County dollars, and it specifically goes to programming that is innovative, so like new things that have never been done before, and it targets it's trying to fill a gap and disparity in marginalized populations. So if it meets those requirements, then they're apply.
And how would you say that's going?
I think it's going fantastic. We now, with this last group that was just funded, we have 25 grantees total. One of those that is in their second round of funding. And we've served a total of 1,675 people, those grantees have. So it's going very, very well. Really cool stuff happening.
That's insane. Mm-hmm. That's insane. Do you have anything to say about the successes of the Innovation Fund?
Yeah, so when we received the funding from Mackenzie Scott and Racine County matched it, it felt like a lot of pressure to figure out what we would do with those dollars. We knew we wanted to do something to address disparities and focus on increasing equity in our community. So we spent about a year meeting with community members and doing a lot of research. What were other communities doing? What were other United Way's doing? And ultimately developed our Equity Innovation Fund. And we were really not sure if anybody would apply, what people would propose. It is slightly broader than a typical United Way funding source, and we did that on purpose because we didn't want to define the specific things that people should be doing to improve equity in our community. We know that the people that are most impacted by inequity are the closest to it and the furthest from the funding, but they're the closest to the ideas. And to credit Corey Prince with that. I heard him say that at a convening recently, and I was like, yep, that sums it up exactly. And so we made this fund slightly broader than normal and said, what ideas do people have? And we've received 25 successful proposals of people identifying all different marginalized communities, ideas to address things. Sometimes it's something that's never been done. Sometimes it's just doing something that has already seen some success, but a little bit differently. Sometimes it's doing something in a different location. Sometimes it's adding in some sort of resource that removes barriers. Sometimes it's, addressing a whole group of people to really support a small core group that is the focus of the project. So it's been really incredible to see those things come to us and start to happen, including things like this.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's just like so much opportunity for everybody and everything. It seems overwhelming on your guys' part, but it sounds really cool.
It is.
And so you're linked with something with the Innovation Fund or something similar, I hear?
Yes. So we did make a proposal for Project Respect, and we were able to receive the funding. So we are coming up on the end of our funding period. We will be done with our funding in October. So we developed a multifaceted program to decrease sexual violence to LGBT youth. The reason why is LGBT youth is statistically about twice as likely to experience sexual violence than non-LGBT youth. So we wanted to come at it in a couple different ways. We already had a partnership with Racine Unified School District in which we were doing our Stop Child Abuse and Neglect education in the schools, and they were willing to partner with us and allow us to pilot a healthy relationship curriculum in which we decided to do for 7th graders. The reason why we thought that would be good is if everyone was taught what a healthy relationship looks like, what are signs of an unhealthy relationship, how to get help and those type of things, people would be more likely to be able to advocate for themselves or someone else, and also to teach the adults in these kids' lives, what are signs of something that might be potentially an abusive relationship. We also, like I said, partnered with the LGBT Center, in which we're doing support groups monthly, and we're doing training to teach leaders and school staff and whatnot about how to be a safe person to come to, and a community read to bring awareness to the community. So we've tried to touch a lot of different ways as much as we can. So we've done one school so far, and we'll be doing our other 2 schools for the Healthy Relationship curriculum this fall.
Well, that's amazing that you're putting the knowledge out there and stuff. That's definitely stuff people need to know. I mean, just definitely with people at such a young age and everything, it's awful. Just the evil in the world and everything. It's awesome that you're putting that knowledge out there and letting people like have those resources. That's amazing. So, what would you say like your successes from that? How'd that go? Would you?
Well, Racine Unified School District seems pretty happy with the results so far with the healthy relationship curriculum. So we're looking at ways to expand it, hopefully, so that it'll be a standard thing for all 7th grade students to go through. Also, we've had other organizations in the community reach out because they've heard that we're doing this curriculum. So I went to the Teen Institute for Focus on Community, and I presented the curriculum there. I also presented the curriculum in an after-school program at Mitchell, in which I presented to the youth, and some of my colleagues at work presented to the adults. So I think that it's really helped us to better collaborate with our community and funnel resources that we all can help each other.
Well, I hope that you get the curriculum out to everybody that you can. And that's all the questions that I have for further. Oh, my bad. I didn't read this question, so it's fine. We can edit it. So what was the question? What are the requirements to apply the funds? Okay, so okay. So let me try to bridge this. Wait, what was the question? I'm sorry.
Requirements.
Sure.
So what are the requirements to apply for the funds? Okay. So what are the requirements to apply for the funds?
So I think Jessica will kind of go over the requirements, and then I can kind of talk about if we have people out there that want to apply, what they need to do.
Yeah. So we have a grant application deadline the last day of each quarter until funds are exhausted, and we do still have some funds available. The first step is to request a meeting, which people can do through our website. It's unitedwayracine.org, and then go to the Equity Innovation Fund page, and from there all the fund guidelines are listed. But that first step, that meeting that is with Katie, actually helps us understand what people's ideas are and helps us give pointers to people, and then gives the opportunity for applicants to ask questions and get clarification, kind of bounce ideas off and see if it would be a good fit, because proposing funding it's a lot of work, and we don't want anybody to put in effort on a proposal that wouldn't fit the guidelines. But really, it's something that is going to address a disparity in the community, support a marginalized community, and is something innovative, something new or different. There's not a whole lot of restrictions beyond that. So,
yeah, I think that's what makes this grant so awesome, is that the restrictions. There's not as many restrictions as others I may have, because it is new stuff. So things that have never been done. So to kind of piggyback on what Jessica was saying, anybody that's interested will have that first initial meeting with me, and that's essentially for me to ask questions to get more information about what they're doing, and then they get to have a chance to ask questions to me as well. The other really amazing thing about this grant is that we stay in constant communication with our grantees. They're assigned a coach throughout the process. Even throughout that application process, they are welcome to contact me, Jessica, with any questions that they might have. So once that meeting with me is done, I send them the application link. It goes in front of our Equity Innovation Fund Committee. If it gets approved, it goes in front of our board. And if it gets approved there, they're good to go. So it's super exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know it was almost that easy, but that's very cool. That's very cool, and I like that there's not as much restrictions, but you guys are still overseeing what's going on and everything.
Yeah,
we have the easy part. It's the grantees that are doing the work in the community, and we are just honored to be able to support that and help people put their talents and passions out there.
Thank you so much. As a person who's receives the I don't know, I guess the success of it, it's very much appreciated. So thank you guys.
You're doing amazing stuff. So
thank you so much.
One example of how awesome this.
All right. Well, I think that was all the questions I have for today. Do you guys have any questions for me personally? You guys don't have to. I don't want to put you on the spot, but just give you your voice.
So as somebody who's working with an organization that is a grantee of the Equity Innovation Fund, what has that experience been like for you?
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. I mean, specifically like doing stuff in creative work. I always had like an interest in it. More and more throughout my high school years, I kind of built like the knowledge of knowing, okay, I find an interest in this, because I feel like a lot of people have a hard time finding out what they want to do, what they actually like to do. And so yeah, so I in this role and where I'm at, I thrive. I really do, and I love the community part of it too, because it's not just making creative work and stuff I want to do, but it's working with the community and getting people together and being a voice for people, and it's really awesome, and it's a huge impact, and it makes me feel better, and it's just in every way it's really awesome. It's amazing. So
That's cool. There's a lot of great things happening in our community every day that people don't always know about or get to see. And so it's been so cool to see you all dig into that and highlight and, kind of shine the light on the great things that are happening all over our community. There is so much good here.
yeah, it's amazing, and it is exactly what we're doing. I mean, like shedding light. I mean, just being able to put the content out there for people to see that just usually wouldn't see it. So it is awesome. So any more questions, or 'cause that's all I gotta say about
yeah.
that. All right, well, thank you guys so much for your time. Peace out, RVP Nation. Thank you guys.
You
That was
did
awesome.
You're so good at
Super
that.
good. What were you nervous about?
Yeah, you're like a natural.
Nah, it's nerve wracking. I'm put on the spot. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
I know how to talk in conversation.